All right, hey, and good evening, and welcome to this edition of the Falcon Fly By. I'm your host, Doc, for Falcon Battle Systems, Falcon Fly By, and anything else I can think of. So today is December 18th, and we have a lot going on. I want to say Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Ramadan, whatever else you want to throw in there as well. But I want to welcome everybody to this edition of the Falcon Flyby. Now, last week we didn't have one just due to a lot of things going on. We did that huge question and answer session with Operation Icebreaker as part of the Falcon Flyby. So that's what we did. So right away, I'm going to tip my hat to my sponsors, which is Multi-Mold Guns. We want to thank them. They have been our sponsor all year, so it's really cool having them be part of this venture. And we're going to be working with them more in 2017 as we progress and go further with Falcon Battle Systems. We also want to send a big shout out to Define Industries. Those guys are an apparel company. They're a new company. And I've said this pretty much every time I've mentioned them. And I say new because they're about 6 months old. They're based out in California. Go to their Facebook page, check them out, give them a like, see what they offer, and you might find something you like. Also, we have Grey Wolf Tactical Combat, and we want to thank them. They are an up-and-coming airsoft web store and retailer, and we want to thank them. Hang on one second. As you hear my little one hollering. They sent us some bio BBs, and we'll be talking about that later. We're going to do a huge testing and review of some of the bio BBs, and we'll start talking about that. That's part of the series. We'll start talking about that tonight as well. But as we always do, I like to go and talk about the events that are coming up here. And like I said, Christmas is next weekend. We're right around the corner, which is huge. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to share the screen here so you guys can see the events that I'm talking about here. So starting January off right away, we have Operation Dinner Plate 2, which is Saturday, January 7th, and this is going to be at Stewart Airsoft. It looks like it might have something to do with North Korea and stuff like that. So could be fun. It's at SQ Airsoft in Lexington, South Carolina, and go check them out if you got a chance. It starts at 8 a.m. on the 7th. Then coming up right on that following weekend, we have Operation Fragile Sovereignty 2, which I will be at. I am the CEO for this, for the green side. I'm looking forward to it. And this is going to be out at Black Ops Airsoft. Get this to load up here. And this will be in Fayetteville, North Carolina at Black Ops Airsoft. I'm one of the vending sponsors as well. We'll be taking orders. We'll be, we'll have some of our 60 and 40 millimeter pouches out there, maybe a couple of holsters. And hang on here, sorry. And I'm looking forward to this. I've never played on this field, so it's a brand new field for me to play on. But I'm looking at having a great time out there for this one. So definitely hit this one up if you can. This is by Tog Milsim. So, and then 2 weeks from that, you have the Milsim West presents Seas Gronze, which is at Camp Shelby, JFTC. And it looks like that's going to be a good time as well. That's a Milsim West. They're one of the bigger national event promoters. So if you're in that area, check that out. That same weekend, we have Operation Icebreaker, and we'll be talking more about that here later on in the show. But again, we have that coming up January 28th through the 29th out at Fort Stewart Airsoft Field. This address will bring you right to it. I was out there today, and so it was. It's a great field, and I'll point you guys to the video. But we'll talk about that a little later in the show. And then we get a break. I haven't really seen anything in February yet, but again, I don't know what's going on per se. Haven't seen any events come across for February, but we come right into March, and we start off March 3rd, Operation Red Thunder by Tog Milsim. It's out at Command Decisions War Game Center, and this is in Taylorsville, North Carolina. I plan on being out there as a vendor. So we'll be out there again for this one. And then that following weekend, and again, that event's by Tog Milsim. That following weekend, we have Operation Stonebreaker. And that looks like it's 2 weekends out. That's March 17th through the 19th. That's going to be at, looks like GTI as well in Barnesville, South Carolina. This is done by Third Coast Airsoft. I'm looking forward to this event. So I'm going to be trying to go tan side for this event, but I'm really, really looking forward to this. So if you have the means to attend this event, please do. It looks like it's going to be a really good event. And then Operation Southern Spear, which is in Traverse City. I believe that's in North Carolina as well. That is the following weekend. I mean, we're talking back-to-back events. And this is, I think, trying to get some more info here, see if it'll open up for me. And it won't, but that's all right. This has something to do with the Special Operators Wounded Warrior Foundation, I believe. And that's going on in March. Then we come right down into April, and boom, we go from one weekend to the next. It's like back-to-back airsoft here. April 8th, we have End War by Legionnaire Airsoft. It's going to be at DV8 Airsoft. And this is going to be in Lilith, Florida. I don't know. I probably murdered that name, but that's where it's going to be at. And this is hosted by Legionnaire Airsoft. Then again, here we go. We're hitting another big event, Operation Dragon Rogue. This is by Third Coast. And this is Team Airsoft in Dawsonville. I believe this is here in Georgia. So I'm actually looking forward to hitting up this event as well. Another really good event by Third Coast Airsoft. Then we come in May 6th. We have Broken Arrow 2, potentially at GTI. I was just talking to the event promoters at TOG. They're waiting for GTI to get back and confirm with them on the dates. So that's what we're waiting for right there. Then right now, I haven't seen anything past July. I haven't seen June, July, as of this right, January, March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, I haven't seen anything yet in that realm for events. But then we come into August, and we have Operation Black Dagger 2. And this is going to be held at I don't think I've put it in to the, no, not yet. I haven't yet. But the location for this has changed. We're going to be out in Alabama for this one. And brand new field, great area to play. It plays perfect for the way the storyline is going to be written for this event. We're working right now. I mean, registration's going to open up probably end of January. We're gonna do some pretty cool things with this event. We're gonna have early bird registration. We're gonna have a discount for vets of the Black Ops series, or for the Black Dagger series. And we're hoping to have some really, really awesome sponsors involved with us this year as well, or come next year as well. So that's what we have on the calendar. Now, let me come back up here to Operation Icebreaker. Like I told you guys, we moved this out to Fort Stewart Airsoft Field, a much bigger field, gave us a lot more playability. And one of the things we did today was we drove out to the field, and we were, we obviously got permission to go out there and take a look. But if you go to the Operation Icebreaker event page, we did a live broadcast, I think, for about it looks like 8 minutes before my phone died. I forgot my charging station, which I always have with me, but obviously not this time. But we have this nice live video that we did. I am talking through the video so you guys can see it. And I believe I wasn't even a third of the way into this field. Plenty of foliage. It's pine groves. So there's plenty of pine trees. There's plenty of foliage, and it just is going to be a great field. And I'm really, really looking forward to this. We did drive around. After I checked out the field, we drove around and went out to the campsite, which is literally maybe not even a quarter of a mile away from the facility itself. And I can tell you guys right now, the primitive sites, they don't have power hookups. I believe I'm going to get a little bit more information this week before everybody takes off for the holidays, to see, to get some different pricing on, the primitive sites, which is basically your fire ring that they have there. And there's plenty of downed trees from Hurricane Matthew that happened, so you're not going to have a problem finding firewood. They have picnic tables. They have a shower house. They have a bathroom house, so you don't have to worry about using outhouses or anything like that. And it was just an all-around, when we drove through the campsite, excuse me, it looks like it's going to be, it's going to fit your needs. Now, it's kind of crazy right now here in Georgia. The last couple of days has been in the 70 to 80 range. We had rainstorms. It got humid. Just real humid, nasty, and then like tomorrow it's supposed to just drop back down into the 40s and 50s. I don't have a magic ball to tell, magic crystal ball to tell you how hot it's going to be or cold it's going to be, but I'm going to take a guess, and just from experience when I was stationed in Camp Lejeune, unless a huge front was coming through, we stayed in the 40s and 50s. And yeah, that sounds cold, but there might be those times when you hit the 60s. And I'm going to tell you guys this right now. When you start playing and you're running around and you're moving around a lot, you're going to get hot. So, make sure you dress accordingly. Check the weather. We're playing regardless if it rains or not. One of the things you'll see in the video is the building. In the video, I took a picture so you could see I got the video of the sign. So you'll know what you're driving at and where to go. The building has some covered area. We're going to try to use that for registration and for the vendors to keep them close. If you want to bring a pop-up tent, like the setup, please do. You'll see me when I'm walking through the paintball areas. There's one where there's no barriers whatsoever, and it looks like one side is just really messed up, maybe from Hurricane Matthews. And what I'm going to try to do is talk to Bill at the MWR and say, hey, can the players set up inside that area? It provides them a safe area. They're closer to the field. And it's just open. So, if you got your canopy tents, bring them. If you have your folding tables, bring them. And I'm pretty sure that they, if we ask them nicely, they can run some extension cords out to hook in power, have a charging station set up. And the cool thing about it is they're going to provide, for you guys using HPA guns, they're going to provide all weekend air. That's part of the deal with us paying to use that field. They're going to provide HPA fills for you guys all weekend long, so at no charge. So that's another big bonus for you guys that use HPA. You don't have to worry about paying for your tank fills. So definitely, if you get the chance, check out that video. Leave comments if you have any questions. Ask your questions there, because then I can take it back, or I'm going to try to venture a little further into that field. Maybe during the holiday weekend when there's nobody there because they're off. And I'm just going to venture out there and see what more I can find. Try to find some boundary lines, because man, when I died, right when it died, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I walked into where the first quote unquote village would be, and it was pretty impressive, And with us using this field, the money that we're paying to them is going to come back into the field, so that way they can rebuild for us a little bit. But this is the video. Check it out. I'm gonna try to go back out there and do a longer video, and give you guys more of a walkthrough. I'm gonna walk further out into the field, and that way you guys can get a better sense of it. But I want to tell you guys right now, we just did. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing my screen here and come back to my camera. I'm going to give you the exact numbers. I have posted the updated rosters on each planning page. So if you're on that page and you're like, oh, my buddy paid for his ticket, but he's not on here, and you see them on that roster, go ahead and you have the ability to add them. We will come back. I will come back and I will see that, oh, this person was added by this person. I'll go back and I'll look and say, yep, this person paid for a ticket. So I'll be able to tell. But I want to tell you guys how many spots are left, because right now we're looking at a 20 on 20. But I want to give you exact numbers. So that means there's 30 spots open on each team left. I mean, as an event promoter and for this field, for the good of the field, I would like to see it sell out. And this field is phenomenal. I think we would rock the house, filling this field up. I do want to say that I've been in contact with our on-site vendor, which is going to be Grey Wolf Tactical Combat. They are going to have all sorts of ammo with them. So if you're worried about ammo, hit them up. I know I told you guys I have the match grade 5,000 round, the Jag Arms ammo. So I do have 10 bottles of that ammo. So if you guys are needing to get ammo, you can let us know. I don't think this field is a bio field. I wasn't told that by Bill, the guy who runs the airsoft paintball field there, if it's a bio field. I don't think it is. I saw a lot of BBs all over the ground when I was walking out there. So, but I want to give you guys exact numbers right now. And that is what I'm going to do here. So let me get into the site so that way I can show you guys. Doop-diddy-doo, there it goes. And if you guys have any questions, please let us know for the event. We're trying to answer them as quickly as we can. You guys have been dropping like 3 to 4 registration the last week and a half. We've been seeing 3 to 4 every other day coming in roughly. So for every 2 days, we're seeing 3 to 4 registrations, which is good. You know, I know the holidays are here, but I will tell you this, on January 16th, the price will go up to our walk-on price at that point. And that goes to regular price is 40, it'll go up to 50. So I just want to make you aware of that, and we're going to have another Q&A session probably next week. I know people will be on vacation, you may not get it, but they're always posted on the event page or on the main Docs production page, so you guys can always go there. They're always I post the links because we run our live webcasts are ran through Google, but they view live on YouTube, and so we always make sure we try to post the links so that way you guys are able to watch the videos again. We just got done talking to Big Mama Patches, who did the patches for Black Dagger that everybody loved. And she is doing the patches for Operation Icebreaker, which I'm really excited. We asked her for a special design for this patch, so it stood out. And I think you guys are going to be really impressed with it. Hopefully, she sent me an email here on Friday. I just responded to it today. So hopefully I will hear back from her tomorrow. And we'll see a first draft, maybe, who knows, by the end of the week. That would be really, really cool. So I'm going to give you guys exact numbers because everybody's like, oh, where can I go to see the numbers? And there's the pin post right there in the event section. And we'll go over that again too. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is how it's looking. The DEA BPA site, Border Patrol Drug Enforcement Agency. There's 31 open spots right now. Okay, that's what we're looking at right now. 31 open spots. For the RML drug cartel, there are 32. All right, there are 32 open spots right now. And that's awesome. I mean, I would like to see that say 0, to be honest with you. So that's where we are at with that right now. And like I said, we are seeing registrations drop in. We had like a couple registrations over the weekend, and you know, we saw a flood of registrations for Black Dagger like the last 2 weeks before we went to what's called our walk-on pricing. And that was awesome. And we had, I think, a Black Dagger, if I go back and look at the record, the rosters, I think we had 10 walk-ons that came and walked on to play because they're like, oh, I'm coming with a buddy and I didn't have time to buy a ticket. And so, but that's what we have going. So that's really cool, that we're able to see our numbers start to pick up for this event. And, you know, I wish this for all event promoters. I want to cross promote, and that's why I do this. This show is to cross promote for other events, regardless of where they're at. You guys seen some of the things I'm cross promoting in Florida. So I think there's a couple events I cross promoted in Texas. So if you guys know something, events coming up, you know, if you're on my personal page, please send me the link. Just tag me, and I'll put it as interested, because who knows, it might be an event that triggers my imagination. I'm just like, heck yeah, I want to go out and play that event, and I'll start talking about it. Even if I don't go, I'm still going to talk about it. There's a couple events that I got done talking about, you know, here earlier in the show that I'm not going to be able to attend just because, you know, either they're the same week in another event that I've committed to, or just not in the cards for me to go to that event. I would still cross promote that event. So like I said, 31 and 32 spots respectively. And as an event promoter for a successful event, we would like to see 0 tickets remaining. But we know in a perfect world that's not always going to happen. But we'd really like to see that happen. So yeah, one of the things that, so if, like I said, if you get a chance, go to the Operation Icebreaker event page, okay, the event post, and scroll down. It'll be just below the pinned post, which I have to update because that's the roster number. So looking at when I last updated this, and I'm just gonna do this real quick here. I'm on the event post, and this is our pinned post to show you guys. So December 16th at 9:32, I said 2 more RML spots have been taken. Okay, that was 34 and 32 respectively, or 32 and 34 DEA versus RML. Now we're sitting at 31 and 32. So we've sold 3 more tickets since then. So that's awesome. That's what we like to see. So I'm gonna update that later tonight. But anyways, right below that pinned post is the field video I did, the walkthrough. So if you get a chance, check that out. A lot of you guys joined in, and the new word for that field is BICE. That's going to be our command call. That's going to be the admin's call sign is BICE, B-I-C-E. And somebody went to say nice, and they said BICE instead. And so we're just going to take that. So we're going to run with BICE for this one. And I know people are probably asking me questions on that. And there we go. Good evening, Jason. So yes, that will be the battle cry per se, or the HQ call sign will be BICE. Now, one of the things that, again, I want to talk to you guys about is we had, and a lot of people go to the Docs production, and that's perfectly fine. That's the main page where this event is posted. That's going to be where we bring our events out of. The only event that really has its own per se event community page, and then the event is listed in there, and then that is Black Dagger, because of how big Black Dagger is, and how big we want that to grow. So what we have here again is we saw it come through, guys, and it's like the question of the day. So let's see here. We had, and it really wasn't something where it wasn't on the page. And what I was really impressed with is they sent it through personal message. They sent it through PM instead of blasting it on the event page. Guys, go to the event page and check it out. You know, we had one person ask us, hey, is multicam allowed? You guys have known from, you know, the last Q&A session we did, I showed you guys where you could find the uniform requirements, what was allowed, what wasn't allowed, the FPS requirements. I showed you guys that post. I believe it was like August 15th of this year. You guys, there was the post with the FPS regs, and a couple other places where we posted the FPS regs. But he asked through PM, which was fine. I prefer it that way. But he did. We told him that, hey, multicam can only be worn by the RML side. It's not a sanctioned camo for the DEA BPA side. Really cool about it, and that's what I like. If you guys have a question, look through that event page first. Click on the event and scroll down, read it, and just start looking through it. I know it might be just droves and droves of posts, but when you look through there, you're going to see a lot of the questions you might want to ask have already been answered. You'll see the links to the Q&A sessions, which will answer a lot of your questions. There's a wealth of information in those. And I highly recommend you go back and you watch them. I think we've done that last one. I think we've done 3 Q&A so far for this event. We're going to do a 4th. We're going to do a 4th probably, like I said, probably middle of next week sometime. We'll do a 5th right before the event, probably the week before. And the reason for that is we want to give everybody one more shot, one more chance to ask any questions that they might have about this event. Excuse me. And that way you can ask them right there in the spot. No questions asked, and or no questions unturned or unasked, and then we can help you guys out and point you in the right directions. Especially if you're going to be ordering, like if you're trying to order pieces of gear or something like that, and you're trying to get it in on time before the event, we want to make sure that you have the right answers to your questions. So, but no, this guy was really cool. You know, we've got a gentleman from, well, his thing says he was from SS Airsoft. And, you know, that's really cool to see other if that's still part of, if that was just a past job that shows up in his chat window. But that's really cool to see guys from other airsoft fields or other airsoft organizations coming out to these events, because I mean, I'm sure up at the bigger level, there's competition between those. You know, you got Milsim West, American Milsim, Third Coast Airsoft. You have Black Sheep, and I believe there might be one other big one right there. So maybe 5 major event coordinators or production companies. And, you know, we love to have you guys out there, and we know there's competition to make sure you're able to fill your events. And, you know, as time goes on, you know, like you guys have seen the new AO for Black Dagger 2, we're hoping that we can expand that even bigger. And what I mean by that is we want to get to the point where, you know, next year at Black Dagger 2, you guys played in so many, say, 120, 130 acres, and then the following Black Dagger 3, you're playing in 250 acres, and then Black Dagger 4, you're playing in 300 plus acres. You know what I'm saying? We want to, that field has so much potential and expandability for us to use. We want to make sure we're able to do that. And in doing this and playing on this field and showing the owners that we can come together as an airsoft community, not only put together a good game, but bring together some of the best players throughout the region, the area, the country to come play. And what I mean by best, I'm not talking, and don't take this the wrong way, I'm not talking airsoft celebrities, but what I'm talking about is some of the most respectful, some of the most sportsman type players that play with that honor and understand that this is a sport of honor. And that when we get done with the event, that the only thing left after we get done with the event is our footprints and maybe our bio BBs all over the ground. But we want to show them that as airsoft players, Milsim enthusiasts, that we're able to have a major event, but when we leave, it's like we were never there. So we're not going to destroy property. We're not going to be ripping doors off hinges, breaking windows. We're not going to be doing any of that stuff. I will tell you, you know, I'm kind of bouncing back. Black Dagger 2 is like my big event. I love when I came up with the idea for Black Dagger. I took pieces from different events that I had attended and been part of, and I thought, you know, let's curve this storyline a little bit more. Let's bring in some of the annex of the Ukraine that Russia did. Let's look at some of the civil wars that are going on right now throughout the country in the Middle East, and that's where I came together with that. I mean, it's pretty easy to take today's storylines for any war that might be going on and turn it into a Milsim event. But when I saw the turnout and the enthusiasm for that game, and hearing the constructive criticism come back, it made me want to strive harder, find a better field, a bigger field, to move forward so we can do more things. And just to give you, for instance, if you go to the Black Dagger 2 community page, you will see on there that we have the video of the AO. Well, there's a schoolhouse. Well, one of the things that we might do is go out and actually buy chain. And this will be the only time you can use an entry tool to cut that chain. We're not going to have you breaking in windows. We're not going to have you busting down doors, none of that stuff. Because if the owners see the property destroyed, even though it's quote unquote abandoned and not being used, we will never be asked back again. And I will tell you, if I find out you're doing it, we'll call the cops and have you arrested for destruction of property. And then the owner at that time can file charges against you for it. We're not going to play that game. We don't want to lose a great AO and ruin it for other airsoft promoters that might want to have a game out there. You know, and it's kind of along the same line with going out to Fort Stewart. We want to see that field grow. We want to see that field get improvements put on it. We want to see more things built out on that field. And I think this is the way to do it. The MWR is a great organization. Anybody that is watching this that served in the military or is serving or has served, you will know that the MWR, and I can tell you when we were in Iraq, they're the ones that put together our weight rooms. They came out, they brought the equipment to us. Anytime we requested something, it might take a couple of weeks, but it got out there. And the MWR was responsible for bringing that stuff out there. So it's a good organization to support. So a lot of cool dynamics are coming in for Black Dagger 2. A lot of cool things are going to happen with Icebreaker. We're really looking forward to just having a great time. There is a team that plays out there that's kind of like their home field, and we've been talking to them that if they're around, they have a Jeep that they use out on that field as a transport. So I'm kind of talking to them right now to maybe use them as some sort of transport or smuggling vehicle or something along those lines. But once I get more information back from them, I'll let you guys know about it. I know that Tattoo Dave from Raptor Airsoft, that team is building an APC of sorts, and they will have that out there for Black Dagger 2. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. I mean, I think that'll be awesome. I know with the size of the field, something I'm trying to lock down is maybe like a Gator or quote unquote off-road golf cart. We've seen those, the knobby tires sits up a little higher, but it would allow field admin to travel around the field faster. It would also, if there was an injury on field, allow us to get that person off the field quicker as well too, and move props around too, to bring stuff in the game and out of game as it's happening. So, you know, a lot of cool things happening, and that's, you know, part of the reason why honestly is the reason why we switch fields. We want to do more with our events. We want to give you more, we want to give you more excitement. We want to give you more adrenaline. We want to give you more of a thrill when you're at our events. We don't want to make them more complicated. We just want to make them more, more involved. You know, if you're going to do this, this is what you have to do leading up to it. And, you know, if you have to set a bomb for something, this is what you have to do. You have to set the timer. You know, you set it up. You have to defend that because that's an objective. Or if you think you can hide it so it doesn't get seen by the enemy, you can set it and take off. You know, all sorts of cool things that we're doing with these bigger fields that'll give us more space. And I think when the members of the cartel that are playing on that side at Fort Stewart, they are going to realize they have more cover. They're able to move. They can set their entry and exit points on that field because of how big it is. So in my next couple weeks, I'm going to try to get a field map. I'm going to look on Google Earth and see if I can get a overlay map. And if I'm able to do that, then that's something I'll be able to pass out to everybody and get on the planning pages. So a lot of stuff going on, a lot of good stuff going on. So we're going to go back and I'm going to show you some new stuff. So you guys know we have a new website. Let me go to the store itself. It's ran by Square Processing. They're the ones who process all our credit cards now for us. It's a great site. It's something they offer to those of us that run a business for business processing. And I think they've made it much easier for us to do stuff. So one of the things I want to show you guys, and let me check because I'm kind of watching two things, see if we have any more responses. Got some thumbs up. I like that. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to my holster options. And as you guys know, we've been able to combine several of our holsters into one selection. So let me go ahead. I'm going to flip you over here so you can see the screen. Yeah, we're going to share screen. Here we are. So like I said before, guys, this is the new website. You can, when we have Operation Icebreaker, or I'm sorry, Operation Black Dagger 2, you will see this off to the side, but you will see this here will be blacked out just because you won't be able to register yet, but we want to get the storyline in it. And what's cool about Square is it's 6 months out to the date, so we may not be able to post our registration point out until, like I said, till end of February or end of January. So that way we're 2 months out. Well, August, yeah. So probably January. But anyways, we'll get that figured out. But we really like this. It provides a good count of the tickets. And what was hindering us before is the third-party application we used with Facebook. Not only did we have to pay a monthly fee for them, but then when the charges came in through PayPal, it took another fee from us. So here we are paying $35 a month for this site, for this third-party app. So we're already paying money for that, but then we're losing more money because the PayPal fee that came through. Well, now here we have everything in one shot. It makes it so much easier. We send our invoices out this way now. We're still fine-tuning a lot of the finer points of this, getting the modifiers built and stuff like that, which I'm going to tell you guys, when you go in to register for Black Dagger 2, we are going to be doing something different. We're going to be basing it off of platoon and the squads in the platoon. And due to the size of this field, I'm talking to the field owners, and we're talking we can fit 300 people with ease on this field. So in doing that, we're looking at maybe each side 120 or 100 to 125 players on each side. Yeah, if you say it can take 300, we don't want to cram the field just to attempt to push it to its limits. What we're going to do is probably back it out to about 125 players per side, and we're going to have it broken down by platoon and then squad. So you guys will be able to put your squads in and stuff. I think that's the best way to do it. You know exactly what squad you're in. If your team's all going to register at the same time, they can say, oh, yeah, pick this, boom, 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 boom. And it makes it that much easier for everybody. So, we got our grenade pouches here. We're getting ready to put our mag carriers on next, and that'll be right below our holsters. Yes, we are doing Star Wars armor. Pardon me. We're going to start cutting this probably the end of January. We already have orders in for 3 sets, so we are going to cut those. We're making them out of Kydex, which gives us unlimited molding potential and possibility. We're making it out of the 0.93. It'll be a light gray, and what we'll do is when we cut it, we'll give it a rough sand just to get the rough edges off. And we'll give it a slight bend. We'll take it, we'll heat it up a little bit, give it a slight bend. But what it really comes down to is how you want to develop your own armor. And the cool thing about this is it's very easy to bend. You can use a hairdryer on high heat. You can use a heat gun. You can put it in the oven, but don't put it in for too long or too high, or but it gives you infinite mold time. So what's really cool is if you're like, yeah, I'm going to put it in at 200 degrees, just soft enough so I can get a bend, and you finally get it to that bend you want, you can turn around and you can dip it right in cold water and it'll seal it. Where with Syntron, which is a PVC plastic, you literally have 15 seconds from the time. And if you try to heat it up with a heat gun or a blower and you hold it too long, it'll burn it. The best way to do it was boiling water, but the problem is like a mouthpiece. From the time you take it out of the boiling water to apply it, you have 15 seconds. With Kydex, I've learned you have about anywhere from, and it all ranges. People give different things, but I've seen it I can go about 90 seconds. So a minute and a half to figure out my bend, my shape I want. And then once I get it to where I want it, I hold it there, or I can take it, just dip it in water, cold water, and boom, it hardens it in place and makes it easy to work with. So something we're going to start doing in January. We're probably going to cut sets, so we have sets for sale. We're probably going to take one set and build it all the way out. So that's why if you see me posting saying, hey, I'm looking for an upper body mannequin, this is why. And I even need the head as well because I'm playing with some concept ideas for helmets. And then we have our ammo that I showed you guys. And what's going to happen as we order more of this Jag Arms ammo in, we will have the different options. And let me show you basically right here. Right now, the only option is this right here, but we'll take it around, and there'll be other options. So you can say, yeah, I want Jag Arms, 0.25 gram is your option, but then you would have modifiers down here to select, well, I want a 3,000 round bottle instead of 5,000 round, or I want the 5,000 round. And then that would have the price. So it's really easy to figure out. So, and we're starting to carry a very select amount of parts. And the one that we're talking about right now is the contour camera mount. And right now we're sold out of those. And pretty much what I mean is I sold one right away and then I turned around and kept the other one. We're going to be ordering in probably 5 more of these. And this thing's great. So any of you guys running contour cameras, you can hook this to your Picatinny rail and you can either point it to where it's facing out to the barrel, or if you're like some of those guys that like action shots of you as you're playing, you can have it faced on you. I think I'm going to have it where it's set back a little bit, facing out down my barrel, just so I can free up that other spot on the side of my helmet for something else. And then, of course, the knives that we carry here in stock, and we're always ready to send these out to you guys whenever. But what I want to talk to you guys, I want to show you really the versatility of this sight. So we'll go into our holsters, and we have several different pictures in here. Here's our Enforcer holster. That's for a Glock. Here's another one for a Glock 34, 35 with the Union Jack on almost like a rusted, or the American flag on a rusted style pattern. Here is a Glock 17 with an X300. This is our Torch holster. And this has gone through many different design changes as well. We don't use as many rivets as this one. This one was made I'd say about a year ago, year and a half ago maybe. And we've taken this one and we've literally, we're doing a 3 rivet system now for this holster type. And then again, this was our 5, and this was a Glock 17, I believe, again with an X300. And then here is and this is the Enforcer level 2. And basically what this is when you order your Enforcer, you would come down. Let me move down here just a little bit. You would come down here and select a retention loop or a hood if you want the WRS level 2, or if you want a level 2 thumb brake. There is a difference in price. Now I want to tell you guys something with these pricings. This is what it costs us to get these parts. Okay, we're not charging you an upcharge. We're charging you the same exact amount that it costs to get this. And then there's things that you have to come down, choose right or left draw, because I need to know what side you draw your holster on. And then your light, if you're picking a weapons light. We are adding more weapon lights. So here in the next probably month, we'll be adding 2 more weapon lights. We're going to add a TLR 6, and then we're going to add the Glock light as well. We found an aftermarket version. And then let's see, that's the last holster in the bunch, and then it takes you back. But basically what happens is when you come down here, we have some of these set up as standard. So you pick your option. You're like, well, I want a multicam holster. So that tells us what color you want. If you don't select this, it's not going to let you process the order. All right, we have to know this is your option. Okay, if you come to us and say, hey, I want, ATAX FG, no problem. You put that in your notes and we'll order that. That's a standard color. That's really not a custom print. That's just another color I mean, literally, if we listed every single color that we could get, that list of this list would be all the way down to the bottom down here, and it probably longer. So anyways, let's go ahead and go with the other color, custom. And you're like, well, for my connection, now remember, this is out of the waistband, and some people like mouse clips because they put it on their web belts. Some people put it on their regular belts, or they put it on their molly, wherever they have molly, or they want belt loops. So your standard, okay, if you order this holster and you rush through this, your standards you're going to get automatically is mouse clips. But say, for instance, I want belt loops. This is for a set, okay, and I want 1.75 loops. So that's going to add, okay, so I know my base holster is 50. I want belt loops. You've already told me what color, so we don't have to worry about custom print. I will add another button down here that says different color or color not listed. And then when you place your order in the notes, you can put, I would like this color. And then that way we know. So you have to select right now, the standard is a not available. So we'll fix that. So we'll do a custom print. Now it cost us $12. That's our cost when we request a custom print of Kydex. So we're charging you the same amount. We'll come down here, and because we haven't done, let's see, I just got done doing these. Let's do an FNX 45 tack. That's the pistol you want. And you're like, well, I don't need a retention hood. I'm a right side draw, and I want a weapons light, so I'm gonna go with because this seems to be the combination right now. So what this does is all your options as you chose one affected the price. So when you add that to your cart, you're paying $77 for all your add-ons. You know, if I took it off, you saw right there, it drops at 10. If say I took that off, but I want a WRS level 2 hood, it took it up to 85 bucks. We're doing this because it makes it so simple for you to place your order. This is a very simple process, and doing it like this makes everything a lot easier. So that's just basically how we go for the holsters. I believe we have color options available. I think we have a few options. You know, we made a batch of banger pouches for one of our customers in the UK, and he has belt loops on the back of like half of them. But again, you can choose the same thing. We have the shock cord retention system, which is absolutely free. You can go custom print, same thing. And if you want belt loops, that is for a set. So we're gonna make a modification to these and make a different mod so that way it separates it from the pistol. And then again, you see you have your standard 5 choices right now, and that's what we'll put here. We'll put another button there. So like I said, we try to make this as simple as possible on this site for you guys. So you can go ahead and stop sharing. So one of the things that we are going to start doing in January is we have one of our sponsors, which is Grey Wolf Tactical Combat. They have sent us some Bioammo to do a review on, and we are going to do a many stage review. So we're going to start it tonight. And this will be the first talk about them, and then probably the next review or the next part we'll do we'll split them and then do a crush test. So that way you guys can see if there's any air bubbles or anything like that in the middle. So the first thing of BBs that we got sent from them was, again, the Jag arms. These are from Jag Precision. These are Bioammo. These are 2.5. This is the 2500 container bottle. And these BBs, if you look on the back, are, you know, you got Mad Bull, Bravo, Echo 1, SOCOM. You got VFC back there, and E&L, and Modify. So you got some pretty big names back there. What makes me to believe this is I've noticed on JAG's site that the Mad Bulls are starting to all be out of stock. It's like they're going right here. So something makes me wonder if these are the new, or if these are rebranded Mad Bulls potentially. I don't see any other real BB maker on here, but Mad Bull, and I use Mad Bull all the time. I still use them today. They're a great BB. I love them. So one of the cool things is this is a completely reusable container, and you have a nice seal on the bottle. Keeps your ammo out, keeps it nice and dry so it's not getting wet, because we all know what happens when bioammo starts to get wet and dirty. It starts to break down. It does its job. Bioammo, that's the whole point behind this, is to leave no trace. It might take 6 months for it to break all the way down, but to leave no trace. So that's our first bottle. And then right behind that, we have Mad Bull, okay, precision. These are 0.25, and it's really hard to see, but there's a red dot, and it's underneath their bio right here, 0.25 precision bios. It's in a zip tight style bag. So again, keeps them dry, keeps them clean. This is a 4,000 round bag versus 2,500. So I'm looking forward again. And when you look at the two of these, and the Jag arms actually looks a lot brighter, and we'll go over that in the second part of this several part series, is to look at the different colorization of the ammo as well. And sometimes that's just by makeup, how they're made, the compound, and that gives off the color. The other thing that kind of caught my attention is these are made in China. These are made in Taiwan. So, maybe different factory, different compound, different formula. The other thing they sent us here was some golden balls. Now, I've seen these things being used like crazy. This is BioTac, so it's their bio ammo. It's 0.25, and this is a 4,000 round bag. So just like the Mad Bull, put that up there so you guys can see. Still that nice white. I do like this little pour spout here. I think that's a good idea. Makes it easier to pour into a speed loader or a high cap mag or a box mag for a support gunner. So again, and these are made in China as well. And they have this kind of like a performance promise on the back. And one of the things that says, these eliminate jams and maximize your airsoft gun's performance with golden balls. Ultra on the back here, stringent quality control, precision manufacturing, and attention to detail make golden ball BBs the very best choice for your high performance airsoft gun. Ultra polished finish, no seams, and perfect spherical consistency means golden ball BBs are some of the smoothest shooting, most accurate BBs available on the market today. So this is what we have. So I look forward to testing these. And then last but not least, Vulcan. Now they have theirs in a 5,000 round bottle. This is their bio. These are 0.25s as well. And this is PLA bioplastic made in China. So out of all 4 of the bags or bio ammo that I showed today, 3 of them are made in China. 1 is made in Taiwan. But again, I do like the cap. And one cool thing is there is a seal right here. Let me see. So nice seal around the edges of their bottle. And it's a sticky top. As you can see, the BBs are sticking to it. So, and I'm guessing, again, that same high polished white. But again, their bottle is tinted. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like. The little snap thing here broke, but that's what we have right now. As the bottles have come out, my first, I guess, so to say, use of this beautiful bottle was the devil. Oh God, what were they called? Devil ammo or something along that. They got the devil on the bottle, and I used some 0.25s. I mean, these things were ultra polished. I mean, they were shiny. And I liked them a lot. So what we're going to be doing is, like I said, the next video we do, the next part of this will be us, taking them out under light, looking for color contrast. Then we'll cut them open. We'll take a look at them there, see if there's any air bubbles in the middle of them. We'll inspect for seams. They're saying these are seamless. We'll look for that too. And then we'll do a crush test. One of the other things that we're going to do is we're going to go out to the airsoft field, and we are going to set some bricks up, and we're going to do a 5, 10, and 15 yard, or 5, 10, 20 yard shatter test. And we're going to fire them from different means. One will be a pistol, one will be an AEG, and one will be a bolt gun, to see if these things shatter on impact or anything of that nature. And in doing that, we will have a camera down at the end that will catch the impact, and then we'll also have our camera on the gun as well, so you can see any sort of impact that might take place, or any sort of shattering, because that's always a concern. That's always a concern when you start using different types of ammo. So I'm looking forward to doing this test. I want to thank Grey Wolf Tactical Combat for sending this ammo out to us and asking us to do this review. We're working with them. They're going to be sending us product. They're going to be sending us, stuff that we can do further reviews on for you guys. But we want to nail this one off and start working on this one for them. So I think our next video, like I said, will be again in the office, showing them color, crush, and cut, looking for those, like I said, any sort of air bubbles in the middle, seeing if there's any difference in color and contrast, or if that's just a neat little container these are in. So that's one of the cool things I'm looking forward to doing. The other thing is people are asking me if Icebreaker is a biofield. I have jotted that down. I'm going to ask Bill, but he will not be back till January 3. So we are going to wait till January 3, and I'll have some questions to ask him. But I do not believe Fort Stewart is a bioammo field. But if they come back and say it is, what I can tell you is Grey Wolf Tactical Combat will have a metric buttload of ammo for us for sale. So definitely hit them up. Also, please don't forget about the deal going on for Icebreaker for mid-caps. Grey Wolf Tactical Combat has a really good deal going on right now for mid-caps, because it is a mid-cap mag event only, where if you use the code Icebreaker, you save 10% on brand. What they'll do is, instead of worrying about paying a shipping fee, is they'll turn around, you'll purchase them, and they will bring them out there to the event and deliver them to you at the event. So what's awesome about that is, if there's any issues with the mags, you can let them know right on the spot, and hopefully they'll be able to take care of you. But you're saving 10%. You're saving 10%. You're saving on shipping costs because they're delivering them to you. So that's awesome right there by itself. So I will make sure that in the description to this video, I will post Grey Wolf Tactical Combat's webpage to their store, so you can go ahead and, like I said, if you want to place that order, now's the time to do it. I think they're doing some holiday sales as well, so you might want to check them out there and see what they have going on. But they are our go-to vendor. BG Airsoft is one of our sponsors as well. I got to get on the horn with him and find out what they're going to send us. I know for Black Dagger, they sent us a custom AEG, which was really, really cool. We're going to actually, this time, instead of doing player packs, we are going to have probably 2-3 holsters to give away. Probably some of our 40 millimeter and 60 millimeter pouches, we'll be giving them away as well for raffle prizes. The raffle money will go to the MWR because, hey, we want to see the field do well. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We're coming up here to the top of the hour, to 10 o'clock. We will be setting up that Q&A session. And please, if you have any questions about Icebreaker or Black Dagger, go to those community pages and post them up. We have moderators that watch those pages if I may not be able to get to it. And if I can't, they'll message me and say, hey, what do we do about this, or how should I answer this question? And if I'm not able to get to it, but they can, they'll go ahead and answer it for me. Definitely this is the time to start planning. If you guys can see here on my wall, I think I actually have an extra one, but I do this because it helps my wife know what events that I look forward to attending. And right now I have up until August planned. So we're going to be looking at some other events coming up too, so that way we can make sure we get to all of these really badass events going on around the area. And you know, I have 4 airsoft rifles sitting in my shop, and they're not getting used, so I need to get out and play more. But anyways, like I said, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I also want to say we did do a large shipping batch here on Friday, so a lot of stuff went out. We have a few more things we're working on right now to try to get out before the holidays. And if everything goes as planned, we will have this stuff out to you guys ASAP, hopefully by Monday or Tuesday at the latest. So we will be in the shop. The elves were busy on Saturday. We were busy. We were really busy on Friday. I don't know if some of you guys saw, I was in a car accident a couple weeks ago, and they totaled out my car. And so we have already purchased a new car, which is nice. Hopefully I'll have my new car this week as well too, which would be great. But Friday was a very large shipping day for us, and we have a few more items we want to get out the door before the Christmas holiday to get to you guys before Christmas. The elves are in the shop, and they will be working vigorously Friday. I will tell you right now, Falcon Battle Systems starting on, let me look at my calendar here. Okay, starting on the 21st, we will not be in the shop. That's a late night for me. That's actually a midnight day for me for my 9-to-5 job, but we will be out of the area starting on the 22nd. So we'll be out of the shop on the 22nd, and you know, you can still place orders. We'll still respond to you by message. Might be spotty. We might not be able to get to you right away, but we will get back to you as soon as we possibly can. But you know, again, Christmas is on Sunday. We might be in the shop just a little bit on the 27th and the 28th, just to kind of look over our orders, see what we have. Maybe we can produce some stuff, but we will not be shipping anything during that time. We might, if there's any products left over that, or any invoices left over that have come in, and we, you know, just feel froggy because it's the holidays and we believe that everybody needs to spend time with their family, we might do a small shipment on the 30th. So, like I said, on the 21st through the 26th, we won't be in the shop at all. Feel free to send us messages, place your orders. We're not saying do that, because I will tell you this, December 31st is the last day to take advantage of the sale we're running, 20% off on our orders. If you are wanting to get that holster or put in a large order and just save that 20% free shipping, please, if you want to take advantage of it, December 31st will be the last day, and that will end at 12:01 January 1st. I have it set to turn off. So please make sure that you guys, if you want to take advantage of it, let me know. You know, if we have to do it by invoice, so that way I can add the 20%, I can. We'll create the new holiday code in our new system tonight and post it, so that way you guys can take advantage of it. Please do. That one time of the year where we get out and we start to, you know, we want to save you guys some money. We know you guys are excited. You're getting those Christmas presents. You're getting those new pistols and mags and, you know, whatever else you're getting. And now you're placing your orders or needing that new holster. Please do. You know, we're going to do a video probably New Year's Day just to kind of go over some of the goals for Falcon Battle System for 2017. We had a decent year this year. A lot of good things happened for us that we never thought would have. You know, you guys heard me talk about that e-bike is now selling our products. We have pretty much all of their 40 millimeters wrapped. We're just waiting on more multicam to come in, which, go figure, is out of stock. Of course, the holidays, I'm sure the bigger guys that are bigger than me were ordering pallets worth of that stuff. So no shame in that game, but that was a huge thing for us. We have 2 large groups that we sponsor now that we're really excited about. We have Team Raptor or Raptor Milsim out of Tennessee, and then we also have TAC Fatale Airsoft. It's an all ladies airsoft team, which is really cool. They're out in California, and we sponsor them now too. So good things, good groups of people that we get to sponsor and get to make stuff for and talk with and just have a great time, bringing the community closer together. And like I said, you know, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to do this. You guys have really, really, really pushed Falcon Battle Systems to redesign a lot of our stuff. I'm a one-man shop with a 9-to-5 and 5 little girls that depend on me all the time and a wife. So you guys are some of the best customers I could ever deal with. I have amazing return customers that have come back time and time again, and they're like, hey, you know, Vern, you made me this great holster a couple months ago, and I just bought a new pistol. Can you make me this? And, you know, I'm going back through old invoices, and I'm finding, oh, wow, I've built for this guy 4 different times, and it's really cool to go back into that stuff and see some of the stuff that some of the stuff that I've made for you guys, whether it be just a simple mag pouch or you've come and ordered a holster, a double mag pouch, and a banger pouch, or whatever it might be. It's just really cool to see that evolution and to see my return customers keep coming back. And in 2017, we're going to have one of the things that I can kind of release to you right now is we're going to start a loyalty program for our customers. We're also going to start doing gift cards, literal, actual gift cards that you can order from us, and you can use right on the site. You know, it might have a birthday, might be a stocking stuffer, whatever it might be, and we will have actual tangible gift cards that you can place an order for. We'll see them come through, boom, and out it goes to you, that you can use on our store at any time. But our new system that we use allows us to have a loyalty program, which was great because our other system didn't allow us to do that. And this new one will allow us to. And it's just a way for us to say thank you to our customers who keep coming back time and time again, for us to make stuff. And, you know, just, you know, customer service is what we pride ourselves on. And, you know, obviously it's showing. We're going to do some pretty cool giveaways. As you can see behind me, I have several battle box stuff built. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a 2,000 light giveaway. It's going to be one of the Gear Slinger Max Expedition Gear Slinger bags with, you know, some of the cool stuff out of the battle boxes tossed in there. A couple of our 40 millimeter pouches on there as well. And it's just something that, you know, you can build yourself or use if you don't use if you want to, or use if you don't need it, or if you don't want to, you don't have to use it. And just something really cool that we can do, you know, for you guys. And so just saying, we really appreciate, you know, we're really, really happy to be able to sponsor some airsoft events here, there, and be part of that as well. And, you know, we've reevaluated that program, doing the player pack certificates. And I think what's going to happen is we're going to do more of a physical / player pack certificates, where we might send out 2 holsters and 2 banger pouches with, you know, maybe 3 player pack certificates. So that way there's those of you that get tangible items in your hand, and there's those of you who get the certificates that can send in for it. We love doing them. You guys have been really receptive. Please, one thing I do want to say to you guys is please make sure you leave reviews. If you put an order in for something from us and you get it, please leave a review on our site. It's constructive criticism, something more than just putting 5 stars and nothing, or 5 stars and great. We want to know what you ordered. You put the date you order it, how long it took you to get it, what you thought of it when you initially opened it, when you used it, how it functioned. Because we have some big things in the works for Falcon Battle Systems in 2017, and having that feedback helps us, redesign our products better. See our products evolve. Like I said, you've seen 3 evolutions of our holsters since we started from the very beginning. And this 4th evolution is going to be one of the biggest ones, and it's going to allow us to build a much better holster, a much better looking, much better functioning holster than what we're able to do right now with our tools. So those reviews help us out a lot, because we're able to go back, read them, look at our pouches, or look at that particular item, like, yeah, they're absolutely right. That is a problem with these. And it allows our QA department to go back and be like, yep, we can fix this. And that's another thing that we're going to be doing is in each item in 2017. And now I'm hitting you. We're going a little bit over our time here, but this stuff just all comes to mind when I start talking. Each item is going to have what we call a production date. So when we built it, it'll have the date on it and the time. So you'll have a date and time stamp of when that item was built. Obviously, I'm a one-man shop, so I'll be the person building it. And that will go in. You guys, you get your products from us, and you get it it's in that nice Ziploc bag. Inside there will be the QA tag telling you the date and time that your product was actually made. We're also going to start including in our packaging for you guys is just a little index card size that describes our warranty return policy, so that way people have a better understanding, because we get a lot of people, if the holster's fitting too tight or it's too loose for some reason, you got to do this. Well, please read your invoice. We've said this several times. Please read your invoices. And we're going to put that into there as well. And on one side, it'll have the warranty and return policy, and on the other side, I'll have our mission statement. It'll just be one more piece of I guess, reminder of literature of what we're about. It just helps reaffirm to you guys. That's why I say customer service for me is a huge thing, and I want to make sure you guys are getting a really, really good product. And if there's something wrong with it, I want to know what it is so I can fix it. That's how we work. So, like I said, a lot of good things though in the works for Falcon Battle Systems, and I'm hoping we'll see some of them turn the way we want them to, down the right road for Falcon Battle Systems, probably by the end of first quarter into second quarter of 2017. And we'll keep you guys advised every step of the way. We like I said, we picked up e-bike this year, and I've been trying to go out to the smaller guys, and I have probably 7 retailers that here in the U.S. that are your local retailers, and they carry our products. And the other thing we're going to do is on our Facebook page, we're going to put a post of we're going to have a document that has the links to all of the retailers that we serve right now here in the United States, and their Facebook page and their web store. So like their actual web page. And if you're looking for something in particular, like, oh, hey, yeah, I need 3 of those 40mm pouches. Well, what color do you need? Oh, I need them in brown, cloudy brown. Oh, did you go and order them? Did you check this site? Because they have them in stock. And the reason why I'm doing that is because they order from us, so I want to see their products move. And in turn, obviously, when they sell out, they'll order more from me, and I'll make more for them. And it's just how the eventual chain of things work. We like the custom stuff, though. We like you guys giving us a challenge. I like when people present me with something a little bit different, so that way I can, think it out, look at the design, try a few things out. We're going to revisit some old ideas that we had when we first started and just weren't able to really put the time into it. So a lot of cool things are going to come down. I will tell you this: one of the new products hit the shelf. We just pressed it out yesterday, and we are starting to make dip can pouches. So for you guys that dip, whether it's Skull, Bandit, whatever you choose, Copenhagen, whatever, we now make the pouches for them, and we will be putting those on our site here probably second week in January. We had a customer order one. It was different for us. I mean, I don't dip, I don't smoke. So it was like, well, guess we got to go buy a can of dip so I can use it for the widget. And we just filled that thing with epoxy, sealed it up real quick, super glued the top so it wouldn't pop off. That epoxy dried in there real nice and heavy. And we got the first one pressed, and I really liked it. It turned out really, really good. So we'll be posting those soon. And if it's something that we sell a lot of, it'll probably be a mass-produced product. It'll be one of our sort of like our 40 millimeter and 60 millimeter pouches. We mass produce those when we do it. So be looking for those. And if you want them, you can place orders for them now. We just don't have the photo of the finished product up on our site yet. So like I said, a lot of good things coming in 2017. A lot of great things happened this year for us, more than I could have asked for. And you know, big thanks to the airsoft community out there for being a huge supporter. And to my Real Steel guys that are always ordering from me, I appreciate it. I think I have one customer that I've probably made 7 in the waistband holsters for. So he always keeps coming back, which is really cool. But again, thanks guys. Have a great night. I know I've taken you a little bit over the time. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being part of this. And remember to check the description. We'll post some links in here. I'll post the link to our sale, and that's on Facebook on the Falcon Battle Systems page. And I'll also make sure that we have the promo code in there as well. So you guys go to the page, check it out, be like, oh, hey, holiday discount, 20%, boom, and you're good to go. So thanks a lot, everybody, for tuning in. This is Doc for Falcon Battle Systems and the Falcon Flyby saying, take it easy. Have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Ramadan, whatever you celebrate. Enjoy the time with friends and family. Make sure you keep in mind of the soldiers and Marines and airmen and sailors and coasties that are, and the airmen that are over there in Iraq and Afghanistan, and those that can't be with their families this holiday season because they're stationed elsewhere overseas or here in the U.S. and they just can't get home. Keep those guys in your thoughts and prayers. And have a great one. I'll see you guys in about a week. Take care. Doc out.